Hello, I am Soosh,
And I am Artie.
and welcome to Artie and Soosh's Untitled Podcast, Episode 2. Very cool.
It's the second episode.
I know, right? So
After
exciting.
a week of not being here because I ceased to exist last week.
Indeed.
I was too busy being pecked to death by parrots.
Oh
So that was fun.
my god. Anyway,
I'm not joking. Like you got a bunch of seed and you could feed it to like wild parrots,
yeah.
and like their talons are really sharp. They dig into your skin.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I've got
yeah.
a bunch of cuts over my hand.
God, that sucks. Anyway, no stalling. Let's talk about video games.
Video games.
Yes,
But
indeed.
first, Soosh's new microphone. You may hear that his voice is a lot clearer now.
Yeah,
So-
because I got a new mic. This time I didn't get it from a hobo, but I actually bought it from a real store for $104. It's a good mic. Very much else to say. It's
Yeah.
got an inbuilt pop filter, Rode NT USB mini mic. Very cool.
As usual, name of our mics will be down in the description. Anyway, we need to talk about games. That's what I've set the genre to on Spotify.
Yes,
We're on
perfect.
Spotify now, by the way.
cool. You said you
So,
had
you got any games you want to talk about, or should I go?
Yeah, you can go because you said you have like what 10 of them to talk about. So yeah,
Yeah.
feel free to go ahead.
Well, yeah, it was like a multiple hour drive to where I was going on holiday,
yep.
and I didn't have my laptop because of the stupid repair store and their stupid couriers not stupid working. It took them 3 weeks to get the laptop moved out of the store. I'm so annoyed.
It's all good. You
Anyway.
rambled about this in your last video anyway, so it's all good.
Yes, I'm aware. Sorry, I'm just still really annoyed at them. Anyway, meaning I only had like my phone, and I haven't got that many games on my phone because I don't use it that often to play games. But the one game I do have is called Lapse: A Forgotten Future. It's really good, and it's probably one of my favorite mobile games behind Alto's Adventure, which is like definitely my favorite mobile game. But
Yeah, I've heard about that.
yeah,
Is it just like
it's-
some? What is it? I don't know, but I've heard about it. What?
it's very simplistic. It's got like 2 features, and that is swipe left or swipe right. It's not Tinder, by the way, but you get like a. This is gonna sound a lot like Tinder, but you get a picture of a person, and then you get like. Have you ever played Sort the Court?
I have seen Let's Plays of it. Yeah.
It's like that. So you get a person, they come up to you saying like, "Oh, I want to build this,"
Oh yeah,
over here.
I think.
And then you can swipe right for yes and swipe left for no.
Yeah, this was a game on the PC as well. I heard.
Yeah,
What was
this isn't Sort the Court that I'm talking about. This
I
is-
know it's not Sort of
I'm just
Court,
saying
but
they
it
have
was.
similar
Was it
features.
like with cards and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's about resource management. So you've got what is it? Nature, people's happiness, the army, and money. And
Yeah.
you've got to manage those resources, and every decision you make will affect you know how much of something you have. So for example, if I say yes, let's use nuclear power instead of coal power, then that will bring up my money, but it will bring down nature and people's happiness.
Oh, so you need to keep like your resources in balance, type thing.
And what's interesting is, like, obviously you can't keep them low, because otherwise you will, lose all that resource and not be able to go on. But you also can't keep them too high. You got to keep them all balanced in the middle.
Yeah, that's basically
is-
what I just said. Yeah, you're supposed
Yeah.
to keep them balanced, and that's cool. Well, like, there's no threshold for being too high, right? Because your sort
No,
of
that's what I'm saying.
your
So-
threshold for being too high is having everything else be low and people screaming at you.
Now, so if you have too high of, let's say, people's happiness, it's a bit weird, but basically you suddenly die of this mysterious disease, and it's like, oh, people love you, they describe you as the best president they ever had, but then you suddenly die of a mysterious disease. So you gotta keep everything just in the middle.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
And that's where the challenge comes.
Alright.
It's also got like a pretty decent story for a mobile game.
Like, is it the one where if what is it? If your current president, the one you're playing as, dies, do you get a new one and then pick up from where they left off? Is that the game?
No. Instead,
Okay.
you time travel, like, back to just before you died and take over.
Oh, okay.
Essentially.
But that's literally what I just said. It's kind of like where you pick, like the new president picks up where the old president left off, and you're just playing as all these presidents. Yeah.
All your resources get reset, but the year that you were in, that continues on.
I'm pretty sure there were two versions of this game. There was one where you were going into the future, and there was one where you were in like medieval times, a lot more like Sword the Court than anything else.
Maybe. I know there are two. There's Lapse A Forgotten Future, and there's Lapse to Below Zero, I think it's called.
I think I've
But
heard
there
of
are
Lapse
two.
2, the Below Zero one.
Yeah, I've not played that one yet. I want to try get all the endings in the first one. There are 3 endings. So yeah.
Nice. Alright.
It's really good for a mobile game, honestly. And I haven't actually seen it on PC. Or at least it's not on Steam.
I think Scribblenauts, a lot of people know Scribblenauts, right? You know that game on the DS where you basically just create stuff to solve puzzles?
Mhm.
It was a really good game. And, what is it? I was going to talk about it because I recently found this guide online with just a bunch of different ways to freeze the game. It's really funny. But yeah, because there's so many different objects, there's like 10,000 objects, which is crazy for a DS game. Of course, there's going to be a lot of different glitches with the ways they interact, because obviously who's going to have the time to test out 10,000 times
Yeah,
10,000
every single
interactions?
combination.
Yeah. It's really funny. I can, send it to you right now, actually.
Alright. Man, I'd feel sorry for the game testers if they did have to do that. Like, okay, so I've tried the ukulele with the pencil, but you know, I haven't yet tried the Velociraptor with the TV stand.
Yeah, it's it's so dumb because what is it? One of them is literally just tying 2 acrobats together, and that somehow freezes the game. I think it's because like they're trying to climb on top of both of each other or something. I don't know. It's really weird, but also really funny. There we go. I found it.
Yeah, no, the only Scribblenauts games I've played are the mobile ones. So Scribblenauts Unlimited and Scribblenauts Remix.
Yeah, the
And they're
Scribblenauts
bangers.
remix was it's just the remix of I think the original DS games. Scribblenauts and Super Scribblenauts. Super Scribblenauts had was it
Adjectives.
Yeah, it had adjectives. And speaking of adjectives, I actually had an idea recently of like a Scribblenauts game. They could have made a new Scribblenauts game, but instead of adjectives and instead of nouns, they could make like one with verbs or something like that. Like for example,
Oh yeah.
I don't know, you could, instead of something that's walking, you could edit its like properties to make it, I don't know, running instead, so it's a bit speedier or something. I don't know. There's a lot of
I think you told me about that.
Yeah, but I told you about the whole adjectives idea, which has already been done before. But yeah, if they could make one with verbs, that'd be really cool, because they're kind of drifting now with the whole superhero thing and yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that. That was weird. But honestly, like, in my opinion, Scribblenauts Unlimited is just probably my favorite of them. Especially the PC one. I don't personally have it, but I know that they have Steam Workshop support.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, my god, it's incredible.
Yeah, they have, what is it? Yeah, the workshop support. What is it? Where you can just create a bunch of different objects, and it's crazy to see what people create.
Yeah. But yeah, Scribblenauts Unmasked is certainly a bit weird.
Yeah. What is it? Scribblenauts Unlimited is like that. Open world, not really open world, but it's not really like those linear levels of the original game. It's more of like you can explore the world and just complete quests.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find the Steam Workshop for Scribblenauts Unlimited. I want to see the kind of abominations people have made. Now, here it is.
I think my favorite was a Perry the Platypus one.
So, of course, we have Poppy Playtime
Of course.
at number 1. It's mainly just a bunch of weird OCs, by the looks of it.
Yep.
Here, hold on. Let me see if I can find the top-rated item of all time. It is Link from The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Followed by someone from Skyrim, I think, and Darth Vader.
Yeah, what is it? I remember in the Scribblenauts Unlimited Wii U version, they had what is it? You could spawn a bunch of Nintendo characters as well. That was really cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I remember I played the Wii U version when I was really young, and then when I got back to Scribblenauts DS after a while, for some reason my thoughts just kind of merged together, and I thought I could create Nintendo characters inside the original DS games, and obviously I had no luck with that.
You never know. Can you mod the original?
Good question. I'm pretty sure it's possible. The DS modding scene has really taken off recently.
Yeah.
Scribblenauts...
Which is ironic, considering they stopped producing DS and DS games. Like, I don't even know if you can buy them anymore. Can you?
Oh,
like DS's.
Which one? Oh, no. They're already long since discontinued.
That's a shame, because I know so many people that the DS was just such a big part of our childhood. I know in my primary school, we used to have like game days where you could bring in like your laptop or tablet or DS, and me and my friends would sit in the back of the classroom playing Lego battles, fighting each other on that. That's why I have such big nostalgia for that game.
Oh yeah, you were talking to me about Lego battles so long ago, and by long ago I mean like what, a couple of months? No, it's not a couple of months. Several months ago.
It's not that good of a game, but it's so much fun with friends. The only problem is now that they, don't produce DS anymore. Not only is it a lot harder to find someone that has Lego battles, but you can't even play together really anymore.
Yeah, I know, because they stopped the DS online service. Heck, they don't even have the 3DS online service. I'm pretty sure Nintendo pulled the plug on that recently.
Yeah. Which is just, it's saddening.
Really sucks, like...
To think I will never be able to play Lego battles with another living soul.
Yeah, it's just sad, because Nintendo is just discontinuing all their good consoles just to solely focus on the Switch, even though it's not even that
I definitely
good of a
think
console.
they could do with concentrating not as much on the Switch.
Yeah, because I remember back in the good old days when Nintendo would like juggle 2 or 3 consoles at the same time, and it was really cool. But now Switch is kind of blurring the line between portable and console, and I guess they sort of treat it as like having a portable console, like, I don't know, mix. So they just treat it as, I don't know, they just juggle only one console.
Speaking of the Switch, actually, Steam has come out with a pretty similar console called the Steam Deck.
Yeah, everybody has been going absolutely bananas over that. Like, not in a good way. I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of people were complaining about it.
Hold on, let me see. Is the Steam Deck any good? Steam Deck, good. I mean, honestly, from what I've seen of it, it's like it looks pretty good.
Mm. What is it?
It's yeah, no, it basically just looks like a Switch, but you can play Steam games on it, which would be, unendingly useful for me with my 100 Steam games in my library, so I can just bring it on the go.
Yeah, that's actually a really cool idea from Steam, even though it's blatantly inspired by the Switch. It's still really cool.
And considering Steam's previous ventures into the console world, this one's going pretty well.
Yeah. Although it's another one of those weird handheld console hybrid thingies.
I don't know. There's the PS Vita, but that's more like a DS, I'd say.
And they had
a Game Boy.
They had the
Advance.
PSP, right? That thing.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even know the difference between PSP and PS Vita.
Yeah, no. I've only used a PlayStation once, and that was the PlayStation 1, so...
By the way, speaking of, big game companies, Microsoft bought out Blizzard. You probably heard about that. For 68 billion or some ridiculous number. And
what's Blizzard? Blizzard's Hearthstone, right?
Yeah, Blizzard's Hearthstone, and they also have Blizzard Activision, which is also the guys who made Skylanders.
Oh yeah, Skylanders, right? It's over 10 years old. I feel really old now.
I know, and maybe Microsoft could do good with Skylanders. Like Blizzard has kind of left Skylanders in dust. Maybe Microsoft could pick it back up. Who knows?
As nice as a new Skylanders game would be, I sincerely hope they do not make another one.
Yeah, but they could, I don't know, do something Skylanders related. That'd be funny.
Just from Superchargers and onwards, that's when it started being rammed into the ground.
Heck, even Swap Force or whatever the hell it was called was really weird.
Swap Force was a bit of a weird game, but I did really like the idea that you can swap about your the torso and legs of your Skylanders. That was really, really creative.
Yeah, Swap Force was a bit of a stumble, but I think they picked it up again with Trap Team. That was a really good one.
Trap Team was good.
Because they introduced a bunch of cool characters. It was very cool. By the way,
Giants will always hold a special place in my heart as one of the first games I ever beat.
Yeah. And
it's a banger,
Yeah, OG and Giants are just really good games. There's nothing else to say. It's really good. By the way, I recently searched it up. Nintendo is valued at $71 billion. And to think that Microsoft can just buy Blizzard for $68 billion. Imagine what would happen if Microsoft bought a Nintendo. That would be absolutely crazy.
Can you imagine, Super Mario Bros. On the Xbox Game Pass?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure with the new, Xbox Series X, they have this literal emulator, emulator that allows you to play games from competitors' retro game library. It's crazy. They call it developer mode.
What?
Or something. It's really weird. They're just disguising it as an emulator, which you can play old Nintendo games on Sega games. It's really weird.
Jeez, that is weird. Yeah, I mean, with the Xbox Series X though, I've never really been that interested in consoles, to be honest.
Yeah, I can tell because you seem to be just playing PC games all around.
Yeah. I don't know, there's just something... I just prefer PC games. But the Wii U and the Wii and the Game Boy and DS, mainly just Nintendo consoles, are the only consoles I've ever really played on.
Yeah.
For extended periods of time. But the Xbox Series X is probably one of the only consoles that I would actually buy, because... I do play a lot of Xbox games, to be honest.
Mm.
Like stuff like Battletoads and Sea of Thieves I have, and that you can play those on the Xbox. So the only reason I would ever get a Series X is probably because it would be more powerful than my PC, so better at running like Sea of Thieves, and then I would just plug my mouse and keyboard into it.
Yeah, one of the reasons my dad got a new Xbox Series X is because our old Xbox One couldn't handle Flight Simulator, and for some reason my dad really wanted to play Flight Simulator on Xbox, so he just got an Xbox Series X, and also
Fair
just
enough.
because it's powerful. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
despite the fact that he just went on the PC to play it, but yeah, Xbox Series X, very good. I rated a cheese out of 10.
Speaking of PC games, as we kind of were,
Mm-hmm.
Steam has another sale going on right now. It is the Lunar New Year sale. And, this isn't a bad thing, but I seriously feel like Steam takes every chance it gets to fit in another sale in the year.
Yeah.
Like, they have, 5 or 6 huge sales throughout the year that last for, a month. And some of the, the price drops are actually ridiculous. It's mainly with The Sims that I see, but The Sims 4 is $50, $49.99.
Yep.
Right? And during most sales, it drops down to $6, which is what it is now. It's 88% off,
I know.
which is that's just incredible.
Yeah, honestly, the Sims, the Sims got bad when 4 hit. Because, yes, there's nothing else to say. It's just, Sims 4 was a really bad game. It makes sense.
I liked Free Play. Free Play was good. The free mobile game.
Yeah, I used to play that. Yep, I used to play that. It was a good game.
And then it suddenly got to the point where it was like all the other mobile games at the time, kind of like Clash of Clans, where you'd have to wait 3 hours for your person to do anything. Just got kind of annoying.
Yeah,
But of course, you can buy simoleons or whatever they're called to speed your character up.
I played that game so long ago, I don't even remember most of the stuff in it, but I do remember that you could grow plants and you could make your Sims go to work, and that was pretty much it. There was a lot of cool house options, though.
Yeah. Do they still have it? Because I'm pretty sure the game itself got replaced with another one. Sims Mobile.
I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really checked.
Yeah, I think it just got replaced with The Sims Mobile.
Is that any good, or is it just another name for the same thing?
I don't know. I haven't actually played that one. I wonder if Free Play is still up. The Sims Free Play. No, I think they both coexist.
That's really weird. I just never bothered to check into Free Play, but...
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those games where you dedicate a bunch of time to, and then you just kind of stop.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird game, to say the least. Had a really weird vomit mechanic or whatever.
Yeah. No, it was really weird. Yeah.
Anyway, segue time. Yippee.
Yay. So, I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4, as you know.
Yep.
Hold on, let me check how many hours. 61.3 hours.
Oh god, okay. Yep.
57.3 in the last 2 weeks alone. And that's a big number. Anyway, I haven't actually I've finished Fallout New Vegas, and that's probably one of my favorite games of all time. I don't know what it is about it. It's just really good. But once you've beaten the game and spent 46.9 hours trying to do a bunch of other stuff, you begin to get a little bit bored. And then you find Nexus Mods.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds cool. Yep, please continue.
It lets you mod most Bethesda games. In fact, probably all Bethesda games. So, Fallout, Skyrim, not Skyrim, The Elder Scrolls, and, a bunch of other stuff. And it's pretty cool. I haven't given any proper mods a go yet, but I've installed like a texture pack onto Fallout New Vegas to make it look more high resolution. Stuff like that. When you've got like a website full of mods readily available to install, you can have a whale of a time,
Yeah, they're making the game, the fans are making the game for Bethesda. Like this.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah, I remember I used to have, a similar experience with looking at other, with like all these mods for these games I used to play. I was like, wow, it's very cool.
So many mods. And then you just kind of get, overwhelmed and just don't play the game anymore. Anyway, do you have any other games you would like to talk about?
Alright, Oh yeah, I was going to ramble on about Paper Mario Sticker Star.
Be my guest.
Alright, so, for those of you who don't know, Paper Mario Sticker Star is that Paper Mario game, like, literally everybody in the world seems to collectively hate. And, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it was a good game. It's unpopular opinion here, but I thought the game was really good. Like, the whole improvised battle, the experimental battle system and everything, where you had to use like stickers as your attacks. It included a whole new layer of strategy, which I really enjoyed. And it was really creative at times, and yeah, it was a good game. Artie, have you ever played any Paper Mario games?
No, yes, I've played Super Paper Mario for the Wii.
Yay!
And that was a pretty good game. I really enjoyed that. I never finished it, but Count Bleck, he's pretty cool.
Yeah,
or whatever his name is. I think it's something like that.
No spoilers, but the story's really cool, and yeah, I really like the mechanic where you switch between 2D and 3D.
Yeah.
Like most of
it's a very clever mechanic.
Most of the level design was just based off of that. And it's crazy.
That blew my mind when I was but a young'un.
I could never get past 1-1 because I couldn't use the 2D to 3D. For some reason it just wasn't. It wasn't a button, but I think I just never realized what the tutorial was trying to tell me, and so I just got stuck. Like, there's this one part where you're supposed to flip into 2D and 3D because there's like the door is stuck inside a box of blocks, but you can just go into 3D and then go around the blocks. But I just never figured out how to do that. It was really funny.
So you're telling me that you read the tutorial, and somehow from the tutorial you did not discern the main mechanic of the game?
Well, the fact that I don't know what age I was probably tells you that, yeah, I was very young at the time. And
3-year-old Soosh tries to play Paper Mario.
But yeah, when I actually figured out how to get past 1-1, yeah, good game. There's a whole world where it's just space, and you're supposed to like try and navigate yourself around this weird meteor field. There's even this one part where it's like a convenience store that's on a meteor, and there's like a whole story thing that goes on. It's crazy. Yeah.
I think I got up to like a desert bit, and then I beat the boss there, and then I lost the game.
Yeah, that was World 1. World 1 it was like transitioning into desert, and it had like this giant, dragon thing called Fractale. By the way, I just realized the pun. It's actually supposed to mean fractal, just tail. Bottom.
Huh?
Because its entire body
Yeah.
is actually a fractal. It's really weird.
Yeah. I'm looking at a picture of it now. Yeah.
Woo! Very cool.
Yeah, no, I definitely remember that. Hold on, let me look up the World 2 boss, because I might...
Yeah, it was this creepy
I've
ass
seen it.
spider thing. Oh, that's technically a spoiler. Sorry about that.
I don't know. I do remember Evil Luigi. I remember that.
Oh, that guy was like in World 4 or something. How the hell do you know that?
I have no idea. I honestly don't know what world I got up to,
Was it
but
just
I do
because of the
remember
memes?
Fractale.
Like was it Mr. L or wherever it was called? Did you find out about it
Maybe.
just because of the memes?
Who knows? I probably didn't have access to the internet. I might just try buy Super Paper Mario, to be honest.
Mm.
Like off eBay or something.
But yeah, good game.
Yeah, I mean, from what I remember of it, it was pretty good, so...
Yeah, and also it's probably a good time to talk about, like we've talked about the later Paper Mario games, we talked about the middle. Super Paper Mario is often regarded as like that awkward middle transition between the classic RPG everybody seems to love into this experimental cesspit. Yeah, but I just wanted to see what all the fuss was about, so I played both Paper Mario and The Thousand Year Door, and I'm gonna be honest with you, they weren't actually that good. Like I played through a very decent chunk of them, and yeah, it's just I don't know. It's a very very bare bones RPG, and I don't know. The puzzles are cool, but there's nothing much else to say. I feel like the more experimental games just felt way more creative with their execution and style.
Mm.
And plus
again,
the
I'd
paper
say
aesthetic. I really loved the paper aesthetic. That was really cool. In the later games.
Yeah, no, I'd say you have sort of a different gameplay style as most people, because you love to focus on very unique mechanics.
It doesn't even have to be good. It's just that if it's creative, then I like it. It's just cool to have some to shake things up.
Yeah. I'll try not to spoil it, but Inscription had some really creative mechanics that were executed really well, which is why, like, the main story of, well, the main sort of campaign mode of the game is probably up there with some of my favorite games, just of all time.
I might actually.
It's really good.
Yeah, I might.
It's got some really cool stuff.
Yeah, you. Sorry, you might need to cut out some of the interruptions there, but yeah. I might get Inscription one day. Who knows? Looks like a pretty cool game.
You should. It's got some twists and turns. I think I said that last episode, but who knows?
Yes, every single episode we're just gonna keep segueing into escapists and Inscription.
Well, here's another game for you. Garfield Kart.
My God, the absolute epitome of everything that's holy.
So
Man,
me and my friend,
when
we had a bunch of trading cards in like Steam trading cards.
Yep.
They're weird in our account, and basically you get those for playing the first couple hours of a game. You get like 3 trading cards.
Yep.
And then if you collect all of them by like buying them or getting booster packs and stuff, you can get levels for your profile. But if you instead do not want them, you can sell them on the Steam Marketplace.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, my Steam profile is already good enough. I'll just sell all of my trading cards. And I had like $3 in my account. I know, I'm rich. Anyway, with that $3, another friend of mine had also like around $3 in their account. And we saw that Garfield Kart and Garfield Kart Furious Racing were on sale, so we just bought them both together. And oh boy, sure is something.
Yeah. Like it's good stuff. Like I played Garfield Kart with you and was another friend, and whoo boy, it was a good game. I got my ass whipped, but yeah, it's a good game.
Like, Garfield Kart 1, the first one, is, like, terrible. It is awful. It has less than stellar graphics, but, I mean, that's to be expected for shovelware. Its control scheme is absolutely awful. I'm going to use the word awful and terrible a lot, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. I have a very
And
repetitive vocabulary too. Don't worry. You're not the only one.
It doesn't have multiplayer, local or online, and it also doesn't have controller support.
Oh my god. So you play on you play it on a keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Keyboard, Jesus
I did
Christ.
finally manage to map the controls to something that was bearable, but honestly, like Garfield Kart Furious Racing, which is like the sequel, it's nearly a good kart game. In fact, it is a good kart game. As much as it gets memed, it's pretty good. Because the graphics were revamped. It's got online and local multiplayer. It's got controller support. It's decent. It's amazing how decent it is.
Although if you wanna get into kart games, I definitely recommend Mario Kart 7 or Mario Kart DS. Definitely not Garfield Kart. It's too complex for feeble minds to comprehend.
I mean, Mario Kart 7 and DS are pretty good. I've got, I used to have both of them. I've only got DS now. We sold Mario Kart 7, so we could get Mario Kart 8. But yeah, I mean they're okay. But honestly, if you want a kart game, I would 100% recommend Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. It is the best kart game I have ever played.
Oh god, that sounds like a very
I don't know
unwieldy
what it
title.
is about it. Oh yeah, no, I bought it in a collection with some of the DLC. So its full title in my Steam library is Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed Collection. Can't wait for the sequel.
Of course. Sonic
and All Stars Racing Transformed Collection 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Amazing. That's like
Anyway.
like 3 colons. Amazing.
But it's a really good kart game. Like I don't know what it is about it. It's just really, really good.
What? It's a Sonic
It's got
Sonic kart game.
It's got a real good drift mechanic. Like seriously, that's probably my favorite feature. But if you get it on Steam, you get a few bonus characters. You get Football Manager from Football Manager, and you get a special Team Fortress 2 one.
Oh, of course.
Because, you know,
PP.
why not?
Of course.
But it's a good kart game. Game soundtracks, okay?
Yeah.
This might sound a bit weird, but I feel like they're underrated. Because, you know, a lot of games have incredible soundtracks.
Yeah.
And, you know, just not that many people appreciate them, honestly. Like, I know you get loads of people that are like, wow, this is really good. But, like, if average game player will not just go out of their way to listen to the soundtrack in most cases, I feel. Which is just kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there are so many games with really, really good soundtracks.
Yeah. The soundtrack just
Like,
builds
obviously-
the general vibe of the game. Like, it allows you to immerse yourself in the game, as cheesy as that may sound. It's really cool.
Like, obviously, games like Cuphead and Undertale, half the experience of the game is the music. And, you know, those soundtracks, like, they get every bit of praise they deserve.
Yeah.
They are amazing. But smaller games just, you know, don't get that many people listening to the soundtracks.
Yeah, like, what is it? I feel like the best video game music has to come in, like, the form of very like ethereal type games. Like I sent that what is it? The OST for this game called Edge. Specifically this song, I might be butchering this, but Kakoi or whatever it's called. Kakoi?
Also known as Artie B's new outro song.
Yes, of course. But it just feels very, I don't know, like it manages to capture that vibe of floating in space very well.
Yeah.
And I feel like
the original Fallout soundtrack, like the one for the first two games and New Vegas, absolutely breathtaking. Like it really does its job. You know, mainly the original Fallout games, they, paired with the music, they paint a really good image that, and I'm gonna steal someone's quote that they said in the comments of one of the soundtrack videos, but someone said that it paints the image that the world is broken and nothing can fix it.
Yeah.
And that's the perfect sort of representation, I suppose.
It's pretty much just like, what is it, a hopelessness. That's pretty much how you can describe it.
Yeah. And I mean, the game's over 30 years old now. I think I'm clear to spoil the ending. But avert your ears if you don't want the ending to be spoiled. Basically, it's got a really bittersweet ending. Even though you've basically saved the world, you get sentenced in like exile away from your people.
Oh.
And it's very it's very bittersweet.
He took one for the team.
Yeah, kinda. But yeah, I mean the original Fallout. Well, I mean the first Fallout game is amazing.
Man, if you want to make a Fallout game, if you want to make a Fallout video, why did I say game? Jesus Christ! If you want to make a Fallout video, just say so. Like you seem so interested in Fallout. It seems like the only reason why you had to make that last video was just so you could make a Fallout video.
Well, you say if I want to make a Fallout video. Don't worry, one has already been recorded.
God, okay. So
that'll be coming today. That'll be the same time as this podcast goes up.
Very cool.
Hopefully.
Oh wait, hold on a sec. Wait, what day is it today? Oh, it's Tuesday. Okay.
Tuesday.
So you're uploading this
Hopefully.
tomorrow, like after the day after we record this, right?
Yes.
All right, cool.
I have a lot of editing to do.
Well, I better make this as difficult as possible to edit.
No, please. No swearing.
No, not the swearing, just the weird mouth noises.
Ah, I see. Got any other games?
Let me check.
We're further into the podcast now, so you can say more vague things.
Yeah, alright. No, but I still just don't want to get stuck into a stupid dead end again. Oh yeah, Hades. Hades, good game.
Hades.
I remember back in the...
Hades is a very good game.
Yeah, I remember back when you, what is it? Wait, give me a second. Yeah, like a few months ago, you, what is it? You were crazy into Hades, and so was I. It was a really good game.
Yeah.
It
is.
Yeah, like those roguelike games like Spelunky or like Hades, they're really good. I really like them.
And it mixes kind of some of my favorite things, video games and Greek mythology, because I don't know about you, but I am a huge lover of all the Greek mythology stories.
Yeah,
They're just really, really interesting.
I was a bit harsh on Greek mythology before, but you have to give it where credit is due. It's pretty good.
It's like it's kind of hard to believe that people believed some of it. But if you consider it more of like stories that they told, sort of like campfire stories, then you can really appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't want to go too philosophical again, but yeah, it's just really weird how it's really cool to see how people try to interpret the world with like their own religions, stuff like that.
Hmm. If you would like to get into Greek mythology, then I would highly, highly recommend Mythos and Heroes by Stephen Fry.
Mm.
Really, really good books.
Yeah, I have no idea what those books are, but you should read them because that guy said so.
You can. I mean, I've listened to them as audiobooks, but you can get them as physical copies as well. There was some peculiar Greek mythology stories.
Mm.
Let's just say Zeus, he was a very active man.
Oh my god, well that's one way to say it.
Anyway, we've been going for 55 minutes. You ready to wrap up?
Do you think we should go for an hour or...
Well, it's just going to be cut down to like 40 anyway, so...
Yeah, sure. I think this is good.
Cool. Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening. If you've enjoyed, please do share the podcast.
Yep.
It's available on Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, and maybe Google Podcasts. Honestly, I don't really know. I don't really know how that website works, and I'm not entirely sure anyone actually uses it. So yeah.
Yeah. Anywho.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Podcast. Goodbye.
Oh, well, I was going to say you can check out my channel. You're already on it. Well, if you're on YouTube, you're already on my channel. But I'm Artie B.
And
he's been Soosh.
Yes, and you can check out my channel, hopefully in the description or somewhere around on the screen. Alright.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Goodbye.